Ryan Reynolds thought he was being funny, but instead he just sealed his fate. Blake Lively, boiling with anger. Hollywood, watching in horror. And social media, absolutely dragging them through the mud.
Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
So what went down at SNL's 50th anniversary that has people calling this Ryan's most humiliating moment yet? And why is Blake regretting ever stepping foot on that red carpet? Let's find out. On February 16th, 2025, Saturday Night Live commemorated its 50th anniversary with a star-studded special at Studio 8H in 30 Rockefeller Plaza, New York City. The event attracted a plethora of celebrities, including Meryl Streep, Paul McCartney, Steve Martin, and Lady Gaga, all gathered to honor the show's legacy.
Their never-ending drama as only SNL can.
Oh, hey, Ryan Reynolds. Hey.
Among the attendees were Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, making their first public appearance since Lively's legal dispute with her It Ends With Us co-star and director Justin Baldoni. Their presence amid ongoing legal battles became a focal point of discussion both during and after the event. During the special, hosts Tina Fey and Amy Poehler engaged the audience in a lighthearted Q&A segment. When they addressed Reynolds with a simple, "Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?" he quipped, "Great! Why? What have you heard?"
Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
This remark was a thinly veiled reference to the highly publicized legal feud involving his wife, Blake Lively, and Justin Baldoni. The joke elicited mixed reactions. While some audience members chuckled, others, including notable figures like Kevin Costner and Steven Spielberg, appeared visibly uncomfortable. Blake Lively's immediate reaction was a nervous glance toward her husband, reflecting the tension surrounding the jest. The origin of the joke became a topic of debate. Wally Ferriston, a veteran SNL cue card handler, claimed that Reynolds pitched the line during rehearsals, replacing the original script. However, representatives for SNL and sources close to Reynolds refuted this, stating that the joke was crafted by the show's writers and not altered by Reynolds.
Yeah, okay. My question is that, you know that the materials that they made the cone heads with, are those edible?
The jest did not sit well with Baldoni's legal team. Brian Friedman, Baldoni's attorney, expressed surprise and disappointment, stating, "I'm unaware of anybody, frankly, whose wife has been sexually harassed and has made jokes about that type of situation." This sentiment underscored the gravity of the allegations and the perceived insensitivity of making light of such serious matters on a public platform. In the aftermath, discussions about the appropriateness of the joke and the couple's decision to attend the event amid ongoing legal proceedings dominated media outlets and social platforms, highlighting the complex interplay between public personas and private disputes. On the surface, the joke seemed like a throwaway quip, quick, witty, and self-aware. However, it was an unmistakable nod to the ongoing legal drama between his wife, Blake Lively, and her It Ends With Us co-star and director, Justin Baldoni. Lively had accused Baldoni of inappropriate on-set behavior, sparking a high-profile lawsuit that had been dominating headlines.
You know what I mean.
The reaction in the studio was mixed. Some audience members chuckled, but others, especially those in Hollywood circles familiar with the weight of the accusations, appeared uneasy. Cameras captured a moment where Blake Lively, seated beside Reynolds, gave a tight-lipped smile before briefly looking away. Across the room, actors such as Kevin Costner and Steven Spielberg remained expressionless. The joke's origins quickly became a matter of speculation. Wally Ferriston, SNL's veteran cue card handler, claimed that Reynolds had pitched the line himself during rehearsals, replacing a more generic scripted response.
In the news a lot, and Ryan Reynolds, we want to know, was that an improv or was it scripted, his little piece he did?
However, sources close to SNL denied this, stating that the joke had been written by the show's team and was not altered by Reynolds. The conflicting narratives fueled online debates about whether Reynolds had knowingly taken a dig at a highly sensitive issue or if he was merely following the script. The most scathing response came from Baldoni's attorney, Brian Friedman, who told the New York Post, "I'm unaware of anybody, frankly, whose wife has been sexually harassed and has made jokes about that type of situation." His statement underscored the seriousness of the allegations and suggested that Reynolds' joke was in poor taste.
Harassed and has made jokes
Regardless of intention, the moment instantly became one of the night's most talked about highlights, and not for the right reasons. Within minutes of Reynolds' joke, social media erupted. The clip went viral, with users debating whether it was a harmless bit of humor or an ill-advised comment that trivialized a serious legal battle. Public opinion was deeply divided. Supporters of Reynolds argued that he was simply diffusing tension with humor, a trademark of his public persona. Some even praised him for facing the controversy head-on rather than avoiding it. Bethany Frankel, reality star and entrepreneur, publicly defended Reynolds and Lively's decision to attend the event, calling it a power move. However, critics viewed the joke as insensitive. Many pointed out that Reynolds, as a Hollywood power player, should have been more mindful of how his words would be received, especially given the ongoing legal proceedings. The backlash intensified as media outlets dissected the moment, replaying Lively's subtle but telling reaction. In industry circles, reactions were just as polarized. While some insiders dismissed the controversy as overblown, others saw it as a potential misstep for Reynolds. Several A-list celebrities reportedly distanced themselves from the joke. According to an anonymous source who spoke to Variety, "People love Ryan, but this wasn't his best moment. It made a lot of people uncomfortable." Baldoni himself did not immediately respond, but a representative for his legal team reiterated that the lawsuit was a serious matter and should not be reduced to a punchline. Despite the criticism, Reynolds did not issue an apology or public statement. Instead, he maintained his usual lighthearted social media presence, posting an unrelated humorous tweet the following morning. However, the moment became an unintentional PR lesson, one that highlighted the delicate balance between humor and controversy, especially when real-life legal battles and reputations are on the line. What should have been a nostalgic and celebratory night for SNL's 50th anniversary quickly turned into a PR crisis for Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. In the days following the controversial joke, public scrutiny intensified, forcing their team into full damage control mode. Sources close to Reynolds and Lively told Page Six that the couple was shocked by the backlash and had not anticipated such a strong reaction. While Reynolds is known for his self-deprecating humor, the widespread criticism suggested that this time he had miscalculated. His publicist, Melissa Cates, attempted to downplay the controversy, telling Entertainment Tonight, "Ryan's joke was meant to be lighthearted and in no way dismissive of the serious nature of the situation. He and Blake fully support victims and have always used their platform to advocate for justice." However, this statement did little to quell the growing storm. Critics argued that the joke itself undercut any claim of support for victims, making the response feel hollow. Interestingly, while Reynolds' PR team scrambled, Blake Lively remained noticeably silent. The actress, who had previously spoken about women's empowerment and workplace safety, did not release a statement or acknowledge the controversy on social media. This only fueled speculation about whether she was truly aligned with Reynolds' attempt at humor or if she too was privately upset. Body language experts even weighed in, analyzing Lively's reaction at SNL 50. Dr. Lillian Glass, a renowned expert in the field, told E! News, "You can see in the footage that she tenses up immediately after the joke. She forces a small smile, but there's a clear shift in her expression. That's classic discomfort." Behind closed doors, industry insiders were divided. Some defended Reynolds, suggesting that his joke was simply a misfire rather than a career-ending mistake. Others saw it as a sign of deeper problems within the couple's approach to public relations. With the controversy showing no signs of fading, the real damage wasn't just reputational, it was now threatening to spill into their professional lives. If Reynolds and Lively thought the controversy would blow over, they were sorely mistaken. Within weeks, the backlash began to affect their professional standing, particularly in the wake of the ongoing lawsuit against It Ends With Us director Justin Baldoni. Lively had already been facing challenges with It Ends With Us, the film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel. Production had wrapped months earlier, but Baldoni's legal troubles threw the film's release into uncertainty. Now, with Reynolds' ill-timed joke reigniting interest in the controversy, the movie was facing renewed scrutiny. According to Variety, test screenings had received mixed reactions, and Sony was reportedly debating whether to push back the film's release to distance it from the legal turmoil. Some executives even considered reshooting key scenes to reduce reduce Baldoni's presence in marketing materials, a move that would be costly but potentially necessary to salvage the project. Reynolds, meanwhile, began seeing repercussions in his own ventures. His business empire, including Aviation Gin, Mint Mobile, and his production company, Maximum Effort, had long thrived on his carefully curated public persona as a lovable, self-aware goofball. But with his joke now being dissected as tone-deaf, some brands hesitated to align with him. One of the biggest blows came from Disney, where Reynolds had been developing Deadpool and Wolverine with Marvel Studios. While the film was too far along to be affected, sources suggested that Disney executives were displeased with the controversy surrounding their leading man. Reynolds' reputation as a bankable star remained intact for now, but Hollywood operates on relationships, and insiders suggested that his standing had taken a hit. According to a veteran agent at CA, no one's outright canceling him, but the tone has shifted. People are being more cautious. With the fallout extending far beyond a single joke, the question became, could Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively recover, or had they permanently damaged their standing in Hollywood? Only time will tell whether they can fully bounce back or if this incident will leave a lasting stain on their carefully cultivated public image.